All right, so I deal with a lot of women on an everyday basis. You know, some that I just compliment, and then some that I talk to. I will talk to some girls, I'll ask them out, and then I'll talk to a lot of girls that I won't ask them out because I look for something very specific in a woman that I find attractive. Then if they just don't have it, I will not ask them out. That's just where I'm at in my point in life. If you pay attention to what I look for in a woman, you will increase the chances of you getting her phone number or getting her on a date, and you will lower your chances of getting rejected. But I just want to be crystal clear with you. I'm not saying that this is bulletproof about like not getting rejected. What I am going to tell you will increase your odds of getting the phone number, because there are guys out there that say that you should just go up and approach and ask out every single girl. If you want to do that, I think it's good so you can understand that rejection does not hurt. But the more you interact with women, bro, you can just tell like if a girl likes you enough to ask her out or not. And that's what I look for at this point in time. So before I get into the video, I do want to say that if you want my help when it comes to understanding women, getting better at pickup, dating, or relationships outside of this video for free, I have 2 free downloads for you in the description below. Go check those out. Or you can book a 1-hour coaching call and work with me personally, and then we can solve whatever problem you have on that hour call together. All right, let me go ahead and explain to you what I look for now, and then we're going to talk about why. That way you can understand why it is that I look for what it is. I don't care how hot the girl is. I've had sex with a lot of women, and it all feels the same, bro. Some girls are better at it, some girls not so much, but it all feels the same. I don't care how hot a girl is. Most guys think that if a girl is super hot, that, oh, yeah, that's a girl I want to be with. But at this point in my life, it's just not going to do it for me anymore, man. Because if you have a dog shit personality, and that's what we're looking for, I will not ask you out. So if I meet a new girl out in person, so a cold approach, which is where most of mine happen, I want to know if I'm able to have like a 5, 10, 15-minute conversation with that girl, because you can tell that she's staying in the conversation. Like it could have ended a while ago, but she's staying in the conversation. Or if I ask her a question, I'm getting more than like a 1 or 2 sentence answer. If I ask her like where she's from, she's going to tell me. And then if I say, well, what do you like about where you're from as opposed to where we live at now? She's going to be able to answer that in like a couple sentences. I look for a woman that's very open to talking about herself, because women naturally love talking about themselves, and people in general enjoy talking about themselves. But I need to know up front that the woman that I'm talking to is good at communicating. Because if you talk to a girl in person, she might be good at communicating, but if she doesn't fucking like you, she will not communicate. She will not talk to you. She will be very short. You can just tell. But if she does like you, and she's still very short, at this point in time, man, I've dated girls like that. Beautiful women. But it's so difficult to be around a girl that just doesn't fucking talk. And I'm good at talking. But even then, just because I'm good at talking, it can still be difficult to maintain conversations. Emotionally healthy women are very good at talking. Women just, dude, they just never shut up. That's why I like talking to women. So if I'm going to be on a date with a girl, one thing you have to understand is that when you're on a date with a girl, women want to feel like you care about them. So if I ask a girl a question, I want her to be able to open up and talk to me. And I have had countless conversations with women that I cold approach where this applies. And if that happens, so like last night, for example, I went out to a bar because my buddy invited me out there. I started talking to a girl that was super tattooed, super cute, and she was asking me questions, and that's a big green flag. So if a girl ever asks you questions, if she goes, tell me about yourself, or like, because I'm in a wheelchair, she wanted to know what happened to me, a woman that does not kind of like you will not ask you questions at all. So if you think this girl's hot and she asks you about yourself, ask that fucking girl out. Because if she's asking about you, bro, your odds go through the roof. But this conversation I had with this girl last night, we were talking, and her and I mean, dude, there was a DJ, so we had to like kind of screaming into each other's ears. That's why I don't like nighttime approaches. But she was blonde and fucking hot and tattooed, and I was like, oh, hell yeah, I like this. So I liked what I saw, and she was 21, so even better. But when we were talking, she was wanting to know about me. She wanted to know about my dog. I was talking to her, and she was answering questions about herself. So before I left, I was like, hey, because she works in Venice, so that's a little like 45 minutes, I think, from where I'm at right now. So it's kind of a little far. But I was like, how often are you in this part of town? Well, she was, oh, well, I live in Clark. But so she knew where I was going with that because I wanted to know, hey, how often are you in this part of town? Women pick up on this. She was like, I just want to let you know, though, I do have a man. She fucking knew I was going to ask her out, bro. That's just how intuitive women are with this. I even told her, I was like, listen, man, I coach men for a living. So looking at a girl, I said, a girl that looks like you, that talks to me the way you are, I would be doing myself a disservice by not asking you out. I said, so here's my Instagram. If that doesn't work out, get in touch. I didn't give her my Instagram. I told her the name, and then I just left. So when I talked to this girl, I really enjoyed my conversation with her. She was present in the conversation. She asked about me. I was able to ask about her. And when I asked about her, so I talked to another girl earlier that night that was super fucking hot, bro. Oh my God. I even asked her if she was like a bikini or a figure bodybuilder because she was a personal trainer. And dude, incredible body. But when I was trying to get her to talk about herself, it was kind of difficult. I was like, you're being very short. You're engaged, like you're staying in the conversation and talking to me. That's a green flag. I even asked her, I said, hey, you can go back to your girlfriends. They're calling you. She goes, no, I'll let you finish what you're saying. That was a green flag. But when I was talking to this girl, I mean, looking back, I was like, man, I really should have went back and asked her out because I was never going to see her again. So if you're in a situation with a girl and you think she's hot and you don't think you're ever going to see her again, then I would ask her out. Say, listen, I don't know if I'm ever going to see you again, but you and I should get dinner sometime. Then she's either going to say yes or no. But that girl, she's super hot, but it was just so difficult to get her to like talk. And thank God I had my mouth running, so I was able to keep the conversation going. And she was there. She was answering the questions. But if I got on a date with a girl that only responded back to me with like one or two sentences, that's kind of difficult. Whereas that little short 21-year-old blonde girl, she was fucking jabbing or yapping away, man. That's what I look for, guys. I promise you, if you ask women out, like if you ask them a question and they start talking, it's very clear the difference between a girl that doesn't care and a girl that's like, fuck yeah, I'll talk about myself. Ask those girls out, because if you get her to talk about herself, she's going to feel like you want to get to know her. That's going to increase your odds of getting a phone number or getting on a date. So your rejection will go down. I promise you. This is universal. No matter what kind of guy you are, I don't care how fucking ugly you are, a girl will still find you attractive because we're genetically designed to find a very few amount of people attractive, most not. But if she starts talking about herself and the conversation's easygoing and it's fun, it's enjoyable, ask that girl out. That's what I look for. You might be at a point in time where you only ask girls out because she's hot, but the more experience you have with women, you'll start understanding why it is that I only ask these girls out. So if you have anything you want to add to this video, guys, leave it in the comment section down below. And if you like this video, please like, comment, and subscribe. And again, I've got 2 free downloads for you that will help you understand women for free in the description, or you could book a 1-hour coaching call with me and then I'll help you personally. If you like this video, guys, check out this one right here, man. You're going to love that one as well. Guys, I will see you in the next one.